Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is July the 8th, 2021, and today the topic is Be Still. Man, oh man. Okay, so um well, before I get into like what happened yesterday and all this stuff, I mean, honestly, I was just sitting here reflecting on how easy and quick it is to forget. Um, I'll be honest and say that um majority of the good first 30 minutes of my routine I spent fretting, right? Or I spent trying to figure out what I had and what I needed and whatnot. And it's like, it's like I haven't given inspiration over the past few days, right? About the same thing about like not worrying, about not fretting, about trusting God and all those things. Um, but here I am, you know, supposed to be my prayer and meditation time and all this stuff. And here I am trying to figure out, well, what do I have and what do I need and what am I going to be getting and X, Y, and Z. Yes, I'm talking about financially and everything like that. Um, all because some things have changed, right? I think I shared with you guys already that I was feeling the shift happen. Um, and so looks like the shift is happening. And and it's like I don't know, it's like you get into a routine or something where you're like, okay, this is what I can depend on, or whatever the case is, and then again you just forget to depend on God. Um, so it was crazy that my prayer meditation today uh, reminded me to be still. Um, it was really good. It was a really good thing to be reminded of in this moment. And honestly, I felt like not only did my prayer meditation, but also the Bible verse of the day, I felt like that also coincided with everything as well. So, I mean, obviously, God, you know, I guess had to take the time out to remind me. And ultimately, I guess that's helping me to remind you, you know, in spite of what things look like, right? In spite of things change, in spite of not being able to depend on this or that, at the end of the day, we can always depend on God. And yeah. So, hey, as I remind you, I remind me and look, you know, and I guess technically that's what today's juice is all about. If you are curious to what I had going on yesterday, basically, long story short, um, I ended up doing an episode of GSL, um, and then after that, I went to go bless somebody. So that's the funny thing. You guys that I'm a part of like several different groups, and one of them is I guess you would consider it to be like a wine fairy or something like that. It's like you go and make baskets with people, and well, that's what they end up doing. They make baskets and give to each other, and you may not know the person or anything, but it's just like you give a basket, they give you something, X, Y, and Z. And it's like just surprises, just a little pick me up for women or whatever case is. And so I went to go deliver my first one because well, what happened is I've been a part of the group for the past few months, but what I would tend to do is just send them stuff from my website. So then they would just get something in the mail compared to people that actually, took out the time to put together a basket. And so, but this time, because of my shifts happening and because I did invest in myself a little bit to have some things on hand and everything like that, I just kind of pulled together, you know, um, the products that I had. I threw in my coloring book, went and got some other little things to enhance this basket. And I actually hand delivered it yesterday. Um, which was interesting because then the lady was on the porch, so it was like it wasn't a surprise because I was like, "Okay, girl, hey, you been won." I didn't even introduce myself or anything, so um, so yeah, this random lady drives up to her house and she's just happened to be sitting on the porch looking fabulous, and I was over here, "Hey, girl, here's some wine basket for you." And then I came home and come to find out that there's my wine basket when I by the time I came back home yesterday evening. So that was interesting to that and everything like that. And also yesterday I did complete one of my tasks that I had to do or that I said to myself that I wanted to do this week. I completed that yesterday as well. So yeah, yeah, halfway there when it comes to more ideas and more things in the works for you, girl. So thank and praise God for that. So yeah, that's what my yesterday was like. But I mean, obviously that was kind of busy because I was at the run errands before I did my drop off, and then once I did that, and then go into the space or to the place that I was going to do my next task, and then basically I gave myself a photo shoot. Backstory or whatever the case is. Yeah, I gave myself another photo shoot for hopefully a future endeavor. um, and so obviously again doing that as a mom by myself, y'all know how it can be. But it worked out. I think I got some good images, and hopefully you will see them soon. So yeah, fast forward morning again. Y'all already heard what my morning was like. So no, I did not do my full routine, but I did pray and meditate. Y'all already know that. And I want to say one of the main things that stood out to me during the prayer meditation this morning was this, I guess you could call it a challenge. It was this exercise or a challenge that the moderator was giving during the the prayer meditation on the Soul Space app, and it was taking the verse "Be still and know that I am God." It took that verse and it was like taking one word off of it. It was like having me to repeat it and then take one word off and then repeat that and take one word off and repeat that. For example, um, it had me to say, I will do it now. Okay, I do. If y'all don't mind, y'all don't mind doing it with me. We going deeper right now. Okay. So basically, it went like this. It said, repeat after me. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still. Be. So that's how the prayer meditation or that moment in the prayer meditation went. I don't know if I left enough time for you all to actually say it and everything like that. But for me, it really, really resonated because it was like I listened to the words as they were being said. And again, I guess I think a lot about delivery and things like that as an actor and whatnot. And so for me, I think it really, really hit home when I got to be still and know. No, well, it was like be still and know that started to resonate a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, like, okay, because it was like the sentence was continuing, even though I was taking a word away. You know what I'm saying? So it started off to say, be still and know that I am God. And then it said, when you took the God off, it says, be still and know that. I'm over here like, ew, be still and know that. Okay, then, Lord. And then it goes to say, be still and know. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be still and know then. I'm gonna be still and know. Then it says, be still. I'm like, okay. And then it just tells me to be at the end, and it's like, I will be then. I will be then, Lord. I don't know. Like I said, it did something to me this morning. So I mean, I'm just sharing with you guys what had happened. So anywho, so let's get into this Bible because again, let's get into it. So speaking of, the first verse is Psalm 46:10. Y'all already heard it, most of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and read it anyways. It says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth," with the exclamation point. So, I mean, we talked about yesterday when God says, I will. I mean, so, I mean, ain't nothing else to say about that, right? I will be exalted, he says, and he said, in the nations and among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. So, yeah, I mean, so be still, right? Be still and know. Be still and know that. All right. Exodus 14:14 says, "The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be silent." Why am I over here fretting about finances for? The Lord giveth, look, and the Lord taketh away. But I mean, even the times when He taketh away, He's provided. Like, and that's what has happened. So there's no need for me to be worried or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, okay, I got things I want to do, as always, as always. However, again, it's gonna get done just like it has been getting done this entire time. So no need to worry, right? Anyways, I'm gonna be silent about that. Psalm 37:7 says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices." I mean, now this isn't necessarily, I mean, I wasn't thinking about the people that do evil this morning. I was only thinking about my personal situation. However, we can do that though. I mean, because even with that being said, I want to say at some point when I was just scrolling on social media and whatnot, you'll see type of people being celebrated all the time, especially when again, and maybe and it's just one of those things, right? It's one of those things because you hear about evil things being done, right? Um, and there are some, I guess, that have seen some of this. So I'm not going to discredit their testimony, right? But at the same time, too, you have to take what people say and all that stuff with a grain of salt, right? So for those of us who haven't seen the evils, when we're hearing about there's a lot. If I just focus on celebrities, then let's just focus on celebrities, because I would say that I'm scrolling, like when I was scrolling on social media this morning, I saw that there was an individual, I won't say the name, whatever case it is, but there was an individual being celebrated for, and it was like supposed to be this encouragement or something. It was like this whole little quote, and it was using the person's image, and they were just like, look, this person started late, but they're a billionaire or whatever now, and so don't, you can start whenever, blah 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 blah. It's supposed to be this encouraging thing, but when I look at the image, and again, I've heard about the evils or the evil things this person may be involved in or whatever, and I say maybe because I ain't seen with my own eyes. People say they have seen, whatever the case is. I haven't seen with my own eyes to say that, hey, I know exactly that this person is involved in evil things. However, again, I'm side-eyeing everybody in the industry right now, and I've already been honest about that. So sorry. But especially high level people, high up people that are making billions and all this stuff. I'm kind of looking at you a little bit. But I mean, y'all kidding about me, right? So whatever. But what I'm saying is, I guess it made me think about that this morning. Because although I wasn't necessarily thinking about the evil people, whatever case, or the people that do evil, prospering over me. But I mean, I can't say that I've never had that, right? I mean, you hear about that all the time. Again, these are the people that make billions and all that, while there's, people that are struggling and people that are like, okay, so this just came to my mind right now, and I ain't trying to start it, but I think it's how, or interesting. It's interestingly amazing, I guess, that there's a narrative that, that the earth is running out of resources, And then at the same time, we can see all these homeless people and all these things. But at the same time, there's all these, there's so much land, right? Like all the land has not been occupied, far as I know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I'm just driving to my hometown, I see all this land on the way. So it's not like every inch of land is occupied, right? Then not only that, the same cities that I see a bunch of homeless, individuals, I can see vacancies and buildings. Because I mean, maybe as an entrepreneur, I'm always looking at buildings, but yeah, I mean, I see a lot of spaces available and for rent signs and just empty buildings. Yet homeless people are on the street, or people are on the street. So I mean, I don't know. I guess I find it hard to believe that resources are running out, and things like that. So maybe that's controversial for people that believe that, all this. I ain't gonna call out no particular movement right now because I ain't got time. Nobody come for me about none of that. Right? What I'm saying is, I just think it's interesting that there's all this land, there's all these open venues that are empty or something like that. But we can't provide housing for homeless. We can't build up communities and whatnot. Like, and I understand that we may not want to use every inch of land, right? You might not want to like cut down all the trees or something like that. But what I'm saying is, like, let's not pretend or act like there's no room or space. And so because of that, we have to promote abortion, or we have to control the population and whatnot because there's no room, or whatever they're trying to say, or we have to go move to another planet or something. Which I mean, hey, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from technology. Technology, I feel like it's a blessing and a curse personally. However, I benefit off of technology. I'm using a lot of technology right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here trying to act like all technological advances are bad or something, but just the population control and all that stuff, I think it's just a bit much for the higher ups, or all these people that have money or whatever that are controlling everything that goes on, to do it so much, or to make us believe that there's no room, or make us believe that something's going on so much so that we have to leave the planet. Like for me, I feel like, and this is just me, but what I feel like is happening is these people are trying to play God. And yeah, that's what I feel like is happening. Playing God by feeling as if we need to create a whole nother set of humans or something, or you have to start Earth over or something. Like, I don't know what they're thinking in their minds, but I think they, ultimately they are making moves to play God and to well, not just a lot of us, but something like that. And again, that's the interesting thing too, because people, I don't know, I was listening to a video yesterday about there's another individual, famous person or whatever, that has put out there that they feel like the Bible is just this thing that's used to control people, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, I don't know. All right, let me read. Lord, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? We supposed to be talking about being still. Let me get back into that. So, speaking of Mark 4:39, it says, and he awoke and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. This is one that came across my mind this morning as well before I look up Bible verses. Because again, like, when you're in the midst of the storm, or when you're in, like I said, for me, I kind of feel like I'm in the beginning stages of a transition. And it's like, oh Lord, you know what I mean? Like, well, oh, I see this thing coming, Lord, what are we gonna do? Same thing as these individuals that was on the boat with Jesus, and storm was coming in, or the storm was happening, and Jesus was sleeping, all those different things. But I guess at the end of the day, again, it's reminding us here that God is in control. And regardless, it's, this verse in particular is when he spoke to the winds and the rains and all those things and rebuked them. So, I mean, I guess knowing that, right? Knowing that we're with God, right? Knowing that God is for us and he is on our side, we should, when we see the storm approaching, like me, myself, maybe I see the storm approaching in the distance, but I shouldn't be worried, right? I shouldn't fret. I shouldn't, be discouraged or anything like that. Again, like I say, it's interesting how we forget, right? Sometimes we forget, and like I said, I'm human too. So sometimes, in the midst of situations or when I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? What do I have? Like, I know I want to make this move. I want to make that move. So this is what I need to make this or that move. So, but at the end of the day, I just need to be still, right? I just need to trust God. I just need to be silent. And all those things. At least that's what I'm reading here today. So yeah. Now there are several verses in the Go Deeper section to help anyone else that may be going through this. I hope that by listening to me today, it encouraged you somehow. However, again, you all can go deeper and, let the verses marinate on your heart, souls, and minds this morning. There's several of them, and they all should encourage us today about this. However, the Bible verse of today is Isaiah 12:2. It says, "Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation." So, friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. You did little some inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day. Let's talk to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Y'all know what? Today is Thursday. That means tomorrow's Friday. And that means we have a new episode of God, Sex, and Love, the talk show, going live at 7 p.m. Yes, 7 p.m. tomorrow on our YouTube and Facebook, man. It's queued up. I'm telling you, man, it better go live, man. It better go live. It's in the queue. I see it there. Listen, no more issues, y'all. Come on now. It is going to be a chat with Chris Falk. Again, I did not write his book titles, and I don't want to get them wrong, but he is an author, and we had a great conversation, and that is going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So I hope that you all tune in, and yeah, look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook and YouTube. I mean, I know I kind of went on a tangent in the middle there, so my apologies. But I mean, y'all know that the world's crazy right now. Y'all, I guess that verse about the evildoers kind of just was like, all right, Lord, do we need to talk about them? Do we need to talk about it? I mean, hey, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I guess I got that to say about it. But I thank anybody that tunes in. I thank anybody that listens, and I hope that you are encouraged and inspired. Shout out to you, and I appreciate you and your ongoing support. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to remember to be still, right? Be still and know. Be still and know that. Be still and know that I am God. Well, not I, but God is God. But yeah, y'all. That's it. Because I'm just gonna be sitting here rambling at this point. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye.